So to make the model, we first start out by putting a static structural in Workbench. We choose the engineering data, which in my case I use structural steel, and then we start working on the geometry. So here you can see we start working on the geometry. Make a rectangle. You see there I was trying to scale it, make it small so the scale in the bottom works out, because if not it just gets a little clunky at the beginning, especially since ANSYS isn't that great for modeling. Put a vertical dimension and a horizontal dimension. Write in the exact value that I want, which is a 1 by 1 meter square. The next step is to extrude. So you can see actually this is surface from sketch, so it is an extrusion type of method. We did a surface from the sketch. Make the thickness 0.006 meters, and then we generate the surface. Zoom into it a little bit. Now we're going to make a new coordinate axis. Make it an offset from the Y, I believe. Actually from the Z. And we generate it. We just made a new plane. So now on that plane we make another rectangle. Well, I guess the first one was a square, so we actually make a rectangle this time. Horizontal and vertical dimensions again. Item value is 1 meter and 0.25 meters. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, create surface from sketch. I'm not sure why video froze there, but okay. Actually, there's a 0.1 meter, the vertical dimension. So concept, surface from sketch. Thickness 0.006. And we're going to make it frozen so it makes different objects, so it doesn't just include it to it. Generate. And now we're going to make a pattern to make the other two plates that will stiffen it up. No, not you playing. I guess I was just nervous. Alright, so click on it, insert pattern, which is somewhere in here. There it is. And click on what we want to. So the feature we want. So they're just a little confused there. I then did it correctly. So yeah, there. Apply the geometry you want to pattern. Click on it. Now the direction. And then we can. Oh well, I was really bad at ANSYS when I was learning how to do this. A lot better now. But pretty much there I was confused and thinking like, what in the world? So it's a 0.25 offset, click apply. I guess I just didn't know that how to click apply always generate. Now we have the 3 legs, and there's our model. At least the geometry, not the complete model, which is a little confusing in terminology sometimes, dances. So next we open up, so first we opened up geometry, we made geometry, now we open up the model portion in the static structural. And first we start off by making a mesh. Notice that the mesh is a little bit stronger at the connection points. So we insert a simple supported around all 4 edges. Now we're going to put a displacement. We're going to pick 2 vertex and do displacement of 0 in the X and then displacement of 0 in the Y. A better way to do this is just put in the X and the Y there, because then I had some problems with that and then I had to delete it, but I guess I forgot to show it in this part. But if you see, if you see here, there's an X and there's a Y. Just put 0 in both of those instead of making 2 separate ones, because that's why it wasn't solving the first time I tried. So I just forgot to take that, so don't need to make displacement 2. Now we're going to add in a pressure. Apply it to face. As a reminder, here are the line, face, and vertex buttons. So you can selection tools. -100 because it was first going up, so make it go down. -1000 pascals, I meant, sorry. I believe that's also a mistake that I did the first time around. It's supposed to be -10,000. So then here you can see the total deformation. Showing you the steps how to do it since I didn't show you there. So you just insert deformation and strain, von Mises, or you can also add them in somewhere up here. And then I added in the, I'm gonna pause this, I'll talk a little bit. So then after I added these 2 in, these are the static ones, these are the most common ones that we do, but since this is a higher level class, we had to do fatigue, creep, one of those types. So I inserted fatigue, which all I did was right click here and insert fatigue tool, and then this is just an example of how it comes out, but then right now I will do it again so you can see how I'm supposed to do it. So right click, insert fatigue tool, and then inside the fatigue tool you do the life, and add in damage and safety factor. And right click, evaluate our results, and actually solve up there. Then you can see that we just redid it pretty much, but there's a total deformation. The simpler ones, equivalent stress, von Mises. There's the life, so here's now the fatigue, the damage, and the safety factors next. And you can see a video of how it goes with time. The effects of fatigue. Alright, thank you for watching. I believe that's the end of the video.